Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a pregnancy update as well as a gender reveal, which I know that's what everybody wants to know. And so if you like this kind of content and other homeschool content, please remember to subscribe and let's talk about this baby. Okay, so this video will probably go up tomorrow and I will be 21 weeks when you see that. And so it's moving along. Sometimes it seems like it's going slow. Sometimes it seems faster. I don't know. I am feeling much better. I feel like maybe around 17, 18 weeks, the nausea started not being so bad. And I had been gagging so much, just any little like stuff in my throat was making me so sick. And that has kind of calmed down a lot. My husband's not as worried about me when I'm like coughing up my lungs over here. And so that stuff's all calmed down. I'm kind of in a good phase of being pregnant, which doesn't last very long for me. I'm sick a pretty good time in the first trimester and into the second. And then, you get big and I just don't feel good again and don't want to eat. So, we're enjoying feeling good and having lots of energy. Right now, I feel like I have a good amount of energy. I was taking naps most afternoons and I haven't for several weeks. It's probably been a month since I've consistently been taking afternoon naps. There's sometimes I still need a little nap, but overall, feeling pretty good. So that's good. And one thing that I did forget to mention last time, and then we'll get to the gender reveal because nobody cares about me blabbing on here, is exercising. That has been something that's been important through all of my pregnancies. This is my 6th. But the first 4, I wasn't as consistent about it. I wasn't as good about it. The first one, it was like, oh, I walked to campus and back, and it was a walk for sure uphill. Not both ways, but it was a good walk. And so that's kind of what I counted. And I did a little bit of other things, but not so much. And, I grew up playing sports, so being active has always been important to me. But it wasn't until like my 4th pregnancy that I started lifting a lot more. And it wasn't until my 5th one, just a couple years ago, that I started like lifting more weights during my first trimester. And I know sometimes people are too sick to do that, or they feel they're too sick. Honestly, I felt a little bit better in the mornings most days, and that's when I normally work out. And if I could just get myself to start working out, usually I could breathe through the little bits of nausea. I think there was only a few mornings where I just did not feel good enough to work out, but most of the time I was okay with it. And it saves me. It really helps me so much. I know sometimes it seems like the last thing you want to do, but working out, even in the first trimester, if you feel well enough to do it, or if you feel mostly well, because you're not gonna feel well enough to do it unless you just don't get sick when you're pregnant, if you're one of those lucky people. And so you have to still push yourself a little bit to go do it. But it just makes me feel so much better. It actually, I feel like, helps me not be as sick when I'm working out. It helps me feel stronger. And even though it is hard, I just feel like overall I feel much better. And now I'm in a phase where I'm like, okay, yes, it's harder to work out because I'm starting to like get a little bit bigger and stuff is like, oh, okay, there's something in the way and I can't do all the moves normally, and you can't be on your back as much or at all and stuff. So there's little things that you have to kind of tweak that way, but it really helps so much, and I think it helps so much during labor and delivery as well. Okay, so moving on from exercising and how I'm doing overall to the gender reveal. And so my last baby, my kids were old enough to be excited about it or kind of understand it, so we did like a piñata and had them break it. And this time we had a very small window of when to tell them and when they get to know if it was a boy or a girl, and then also when everybody else was gonna know and they might hear it from somebody else. And so it was just a very quick, my husband was like brainstorming ideas and came up with a clever idea that pertained to my kids. Okay, something that they love with some of the shows that they enjoy watching. And so we filmed that part, so I'll clip to that and you can watch them as they discover if we're having a boy or a girl.
In this bag contains the mystery of what baby number 6 is going to be? Hey, you like how I kind of rhymed it there? Came up with that on the spot. That was pretty cool. So here's the game. Each of you will get an opportunity to draw a name out of this bag. And it's going to be a girl's name or it's going to be a boy's name. And there's going to be a match for it in this bag. So you guys are going to match, and the one that's left over is what it's going to be, a boy or a girl, okay? So, Mazer, go ahead, don't look, just pull out your first. What was the name you got? Show everybody.
Sophie! It's a girl.
So it could be a girl. Could be a girl.
Yeah.
Let's show Lydia. Okay. Oh, what name is that?
Amber?
Amber? No, it's not Amber.
Amber.
Alana, will you read the name for her?
Is it Kendra?
No. Sound it out.
Katara?
Katara.
That's a girl's name too.
That's a girl's name too. Oh no, we've drawn 2 girls' names.
And focus on Katara. Hermione.
Hermione. Why do we keep drawing girls' names?
Trying to find a piece of paper.
But Hermione's too long. Same with Sophie.
It's not going to be our. Aang.
It's not going to be the name of the baby.
It's just boy and girl names, okay? So we have our first. Oh wait, but you have Aang and who?
Katara.
Okay, so that's a match.
That's Fizz and Sophie. That's a match too.
Fitz and Sophie. What's that from, Alana?
Keepers of the Lost Cities.
Okay. Lydia, go ahead and pull a name.
Please be Harry Potter. Please be Harry Potter. Jean.
Jean.
There's gonna be Scott. There's definitely gonna be Scott. Alex.
Alex.
That's both a boy and a girl name.
Okay, well, we'll see if there's a match then.
I think I know. Is it from like different places? No,
And your whole
Alex
dress
is from Land of. There's an Alex in Land of Stories. Scott.
Scott.
Matt.
Okay. Okay. You each have drawn 2. So far, we have Hermione and Alex left. So, I will draw the last name in here. If I can find it. It's hard to do this with one. Oh, it got tucked under. Okay, this last name is
Harry.
Harry,
Alex.
which means the extra name is
Alex.
Alex. Uh-oh.
It's a girl.
And a boy.
A girl and a boy. But these are all from things that you guys like so far, right? We have, I don't know.
Velocity.
Keeper of the Lost City, Avatar, X-Men, Harry Potter. So what's something else that you all like?
American Ladybug.
Wizards of Waverly Place, and Alex is?
A girl.
It's a girl!
In Miraculous Ladybug, there's also a girl named Alex.
Okay, so it's still a girl!
There's also a girl, Alex.
So it's a girl!
Alana's the only one excited.
Yeah, no one else cares about it.
We're not going to name her Brown.
Okay, so we are having a girl. It's very exciting. Me and my husband have known for a long time because we did the genetic testing. That's the only reason I do it. At like 10 to 12 weeks, so at like 11 weeks, I think we knew that we were having a girl, and then I had an ultrasound at 14 weeks. So I went back in at 14 weeks and my midwife was like so excited. She's like, should we go see her? And so she's like, oh, yep, it looks like a girl. And then I just had my 20-week ultrasound and everything looks good. Everything's there and still a girl. So we're still having a girl and my kids are excited. The funny part is I feel like they have unrealistic expectations for pregnancy in general because we follow a pattern. We go boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. And so they think that's what everybody's gonna do. I think that's how they think their families are gonna be. And so when they found out it was a girl, they weren't very excited. They were way more excited when they found out we were just having a baby than when they found out it was a girl, because they're just like, well, duh, yeah, you follow a pattern. It's supposed to be a girl. And so I feel like they would have been so disappointed if it wasn't. And now they think that everybody follows the same pattern, or that they will. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, this isn't the way it always works out. It's just the way that we do. We have to keep things even. Apparently, I probably am related to Monk. That's probably why. I have no control over it. So it's not like, I don't know. I didn't plan it this way. It just happened this way. But we're excited for it. We're excited to have a girl. I'm more sick with my girls, which I didn't mention before, but yes, I usually am sick longer with them. And so it took a while longer for me to actually start feeling better. All of my girls, I've been that way. The boys, I start feeling better usually about when you move from first to second trimester. But we'll have to, get a few things. Obviously, there's some things that we can reuse from our 1-year-old, even though he's boy, but I don't care. We'll get her some cute clothes and bows and things like that, because that's the fun part. Like, there's so many cute clothes for girls, but there's like pajamas and sleepers and things like that where I'm like, they can wear the same things and that doesn't matter to me. So we're overall very excited. My kids are excited that we're having a girl, and yeah, it's weird for me. Like, I feel like I am pregnant and I feel like I'm not pregnant. I feel like it helped a lot when the first trimester really pregnancy blow. Sometimes I don't get as bloated as others, but this one I really was. So I just really felt sick, yucky, and just bloated. And so now that I've kind of passed that, I'm like, wait, am I pregnant? I don't remember. But it helps a little bit and feels weird that the baby has started moving a ton. I've been able to fill her occasionally since probably 13 or 14 weeks, just because I've had several babies. But it's been in the last couple weeks, she's starting to go a little bit more crazy, and I don't have to be laying on my belly or anything to fill her. I can just be sitting down and all of a sudden she's going insane. But so it's kind of weird. It's just, I don't know. It's surreal still at the moment. I don't know why, but it just is. So that's kind of where we're at. We're excited. We're having a girl, and we're sort of in prepping stages and sort of not. It's kind of that awkward, right in the middle of pregnancy. We already have a good amount of stuff, but then we're still gonna have to get some other stuff. So I'm like, when do I want to do that? I'm not really sure. So we'll have to figure all of that out, because I just don't really know. But I feel like with my last baby, there's a 5-year gap, and he was a surprise if you didn't know. And so it was a lot, to try to just become a baby house again. We had nothing. And so now we already have quite a few things. So I feel like I'm not behind. We just moved my kids' bedrooms all around, put the 2 older boys together. We have 3 bedrooms upstairs and then the master. So the girls were already together. We put the boys together, moved our baby. He was in the laundry room. It's huge. It's like its own bedroom. It's humongous. And so we moved him from the laundry room to his own bedroom, which has been really nice. And then eventually, when this baby is big enough, she'll share a room with him until, they get old enough where they probably shouldn't be in the same room anymore. And then we'll figure out what to do from there. But so we've been doing that. I spent my husband's spring break moving rooms around, painting, all this stuff. And I didn't record any of it because it just takes a long time to move the camera around and stuff. So I did not get any video of that. I did post a few pictures on Instagram if you wanted to go check them out, of my boys' room. And then my girls, I redid their closet to make it more functional for them. And yeah, and then we moved the baby into the other room, and it's been working well so far. My boys have not killed themselves yet. Not themselves, each other. They have not killed each other yet. So that's good since they're sharing a room and they don't always get along super great. So far, they're all still alive. That's all that matters. And we're grateful for that. But so we've done that, you know, the bedroom's like, oh, that's all ready. And everyone's all like, oh, you're nesting already. And I feel like this is my constant state of life is nesting. Like I just like to organize, reorganize, find the best functional use of spaces. And so this is just me being me, but it becomes accelerated when it's like, okay, now we have a baby coming, we need to get it all done, especially before I'm huge and don't want to do any of it. So anyways, we'll have a few like supplies to gather, some cute clothes and bows and things like that. And another pack and play. I just have my kids sleep in pack and plays. That's all they've ever slept in. And so my 1-year-old is still in his and they wear him out pretty well. So we'll have to get her one. But other than that, I feel like we're pretty prepared and we're good. So now we just get to enjoy me feeling mostly good before I start getting big and just not wanting to eat and feeling yucky again. So that's kind of where we're at. If you have any specific questions about this pregnancy or just about any of them or about having kids or anything like that, since I've had a lot, I don't know how many there are. Sometimes I lose track, but I've had a lot of kids, and so maybe I can help you or answer some of your questions. So put them down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.